The Roman Empire was once mighty. It stretched across much of Europe, but by the 6th century AD, it had fallen into decline. The western half of the empire had fallen to barbarian tribes. The Eastern Roman Empire, now called Byzantium, survived. Its capital was Constantinople. Emperor Justinian I ruled Byzantium. He dreamed of restoring the Roman Empire to its former glory. Justinian saw an opportunity to reclaim the lost territories in Italy. The Ostrogoths, a Germanic tribe, ruled Italy. Justinian believed he could defeat them. He wanted to bring the Western Roman Empire back under his control. Justinian's ambition was driven by a desire to revive Roman law and culture. He saw the Goths as foreign invaders. He believed it was his duty to reclaim Italy for the empire. This ambition led him to launch a series of wars that would last for almost 2 decades. These wars would be known as the Gothic Wars. In 535 AD, Justinian launched his campaign to reclaim Italy. He entrusted this task to his most skilled general, Belisarius. Belisarius was a brilliant military strategist. He quickly won victories against the Ostrogoths. He captured Sicily and then moved on to the Italian mainland. The Goths were caught off guard by the speed and ferocity of the Byzantine attack. They struggled to mount an effective defense against Belisarius's well-trained army. Belisarius's victories sent shockwaves through the Ostrogothic kingdom. The Goths realized they were facing a formidable enemy. They deposed their king, Theodahad, who they blamed for the early defeats. They elected a new king, Vitiges, hoping he could turn the tide of the war. However, Belisarius continued his advance. He captured Rome in 536 AD. This was a major victory for the Byzantines. It seemed like Justinian's dream of reuniting the empire might soon be realized. The capture of Rome was a huge blow to the Goths. They were determined to take it back. In 537 AD, Vitiges led a massive army to besiege Rome. The Goths surrounded the city. They cut off its supply lines. The Byzantines inside Rome were outnumbered. They faced starvation. The siege of Rome lasted for over a year. It was a brutal and bloody affair. Both sides fought fiercely for control of the city. The Byzantines, led by Belisarius, defended Rome with great courage and determination. They used clever tactics to repel the Gothic attacks. Belisarius proved himself to be a master of both strategy and defense. He used his limited resources effectively. He inflicted heavy losses on the Goths. Totila's rise, the Goths fight back. Despite Belisarius's best efforts, the Gothic Wars were far from over. The Goths found a new leader in Totila. He was a skilled warrior and a charismatic leader. Totila rallied the Goths. He led them to a series of victories against the Byzantines. In 546 AD, Totila captured Rome. He allowed its citizens to leave unharmed. This act of mercy earned him a reputation for fairness. It contrasted with the brutality of other Gothic leaders. Totila's success was a major setback for Justinian. He had come close to retaking Italy, but Totila's victories threatened to undo all of his gains. Justinian realized he needed to act decisively. He sent Belisarius back to Italy to confront Totila. However, Belisarius was not given enough troops. He was unable to defeat Totila. The final showdown, Taginae and the fall of the Goths. In 551 AD, Justinian sent another army to Italy. This army was led by a general named Narses. Narses was a eunuch. He was a cunning strategist. He was determined to defeat the Goths once and for all. Narses' army clashed with Totila's forces at the Battle of Taginae in 552 AD. The battle was a decisive victory for the Byzantines. Totila was killed in the fighting. The death of Totila marked the beginning of the end for the Ostrogoths in Italy. They fought on for a short time, but they were leaderless and demoralized. In 553 AD, the last Ostrogothic army was defeated at the Battle of Mons Lactarius. The Gothic Wars were finally over. Justinian had achieved his goal of retaking Italy, but it had come at a tremendous cost. Subscribe Emgotvhistory